Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I've done a little bit something different. I'm not working on the next character. You will see enough of that next week. Or not, I don't know. Next week I will do character work. On Wednesday I will have the live stream that I promised. And since I have a long weekend ahead of me, thanks to my enormous, perfectly great planning of when I want to have long weekends and stuff. No, I actually forgot until my boss told me. I can spend time and make a animation just for the sake of making animations still and just keep at it. But yeah, what I saw online was a picture of like a skeleton hoodie where you basically just have a skeleton hoodie. Like, the hoodie was like a ribcage, which I found really cool as an idea, so I just went and stole the idea and made it as a 3D object. You can see I'm doing this from scratch, because I checked my Genesis to Female full body suit and I noticed that it would actually take longer using it because of the way that it is currently set up. It is very set up around the whole. It's a full body suit. It's set up around the whole body. No, but it is very vertically set up. Like the line work is very specific to how I usually make clothing, and I would have had to move a lot of pieces around in an object that is already smoothed. And as you may know, this is kind of a challenge, because the smooth parts move differently than the unsmooth parts, as you can see right here. So one of the issues I had was I have to really carefully look what I'm doing, carefully look what I'm removing. There's a lot of involuntary movement of related parts involved. And this is why I decided I'm going to do this from scratch. Another thing is that the current ribcage that I'm working on is built from one piece. As you can see, no reference to some pirate stories here. But yeah, you can see I'm working basically with a very simple grid method here. And after I built the first grid around the upper torso, I'm basically just extruding this part down and then clearing out some of the middle parts by deleting them, and then moving all the other pieces in place. So yeah, the whole thing is actually not that complex. Something that will take more time on this, and that might be content of another video tomorrow or Wednesday, tomorrow or Tuesday, depending on my mood on this, will be me making the VMAPs. So the VMAPs have their own chapter later on in the video, and this is an object where I actually need to spend time on set UV maps, because if I want to really emphasize on this, I have to clean them up, since there is a lot of stuff I could do here. As you can see, the actual ribcage is thickened here, which is due to me wanting a very specific visual piece here, but the shoulders and the sleeves, which I'm currently working on, which are one piece again, are or a single piece, are thin, and I could, for example, give them a fishnet structure or fishnet texture, but for that I would need to clean up the whole UV map, which in the video or until this point I did not do. Side note here, sometimes you have the problem that the symmetry for some weird reason doesn't work. I have no idea why it didn't work on this specific spot, but yeah, I just had to quickly fix it, not a problem. And it's really just one or two of the faces that are not correctly symmetrical. But yeah, other than that, again, back to the UV mapping. I will do a complete good UV map of the actual shoulder piece, so that I can give it that I can play around with the textures and the bump maps and stuff. But yeah, you can see that I originally wanted to make the sleeve like as a single piece again, and then I decided, okay, I'm going to delete the actual the cuff of the sleeve in a bit. You can see that I'm smoothing this down, that I'm fixing this, and now I'm deleting the cuff of the sleeve because I want to have the sleeve as an extra object. This is precisely for the reason that now I can like play around with the texture, with the bump maps, with the opacity maps of the sleeves without impacting the cuffs too much. But yeah, basically the model is done, so we are going to go into UV mapping in a few seconds. And UV mapping I started in general as I usually do, top to bottom. For the center piece of the ribcage, very simple. For the ribcage itself, very simple. And here's where I started to actually like play around and just grab the UV map, and I was thinking about fixing the whole UV map for this one as well. And you can see how I'm just starting here. I have to grab a lot of the lines manually and fix this, but just for demonstration purposes I thought I'm going to show you how you can, for example, fix a complex map like this. So what I can basically do is give the whole thing a very logical, sharp structure where it has straight lines in all the dimensions that count. I cut up the whole thing in 4 different pieces. So there's basically the front that is towards the viewer, there is the side that is inside towards the wearer, and yeah, this is basically how I cut this whole thing up. But yeah, you can see that this is, even with a little time, this looks relatively well. It took me like I think 10 minutes to just fix one of these, or the whole thing, more or less. Not even, I think it was less. But yeah, you can basically fix the whole thing if you wanted to, and just make sure that you have a complete working bump map here. Yeah, then I thought, okay, I'm going to do these sleeves extra. This is gonna be most likely an extra video if I remember to hit record. But yeah, throwing in all the materials so I can later give it a texture. And that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I hope I can see you either on Wednesday on the stream or in general on my channel. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.